Yeah, I think that BLG have really good early proactivity. The question is, how are the early lanes going to allow for them to the right place?
Nicely done there by Croco, using the prio in that top side to find something. Hope dashes over to follow up on the engage from Kael, and Elk is the target. One more auto will finish the job. He flashes and dodges the Void Seeker. A hook from On is perfect for first blood. BLG outplaying the 2v2. On flashes for the kill as Elk backed away, but it's to set up for Way to finish the job. Immaculate play in the bottom lane.
Worst case scenario against BLG is letting their bot lane get ahead. Wave play so much more easy. We've gone back to another replay of something that happened while we were in the previous replay. It's like the Monty Python thing. It's like the person in charge of this has now been fired, as Knight has just been removed from the mid lane.
And I think, if I remember right, when he first joined, he was like famous for his Cassiopeia in the LPL.
The Cas 1 trick, yep.
Some crazy quadra kills there and stuff like that, but it wasn't that impressive when he first joined. Ala was, though, as he goes for a slicing Maelstrom onto 2. The shields come on through, and Shanks has an opportunity to clean house. Knight wants to answer and does find 1, but 1 is not equal to 2.
No! Quick maths to you right there. We're very even in gold, and Shanks has picked up a lot of those resources for anyone's legend. Top lane is even, and that's not something which AL wants to see, and bot lane, of course, is not really what they want to see in terms of that Ziggs. But now suddenly with the Tristana, even after the nerfs, getting through these early levels and getting to 3 kills early on with a cull. Man, BLG annoy me so much when their bot lane is off form, but when this bot lane are at the peak of their potential, they're a beauty to watch. You know, it's one of the reasons why BLG have managed to be historically dominant in the LPL between...
And importantly, Shanks has a hat-trick. Ala just cannot catch a break, can he? Way sets up with the stun. No, oh no, Bin does have his ultimate. I forget quite how short that Gnar ultimate is. Nice setup on the top side for BLG. All things considered, though, Croco is just doing Drake while this all kicks off. Bombs come in, there's a smite. Elk is in a questionable position, and he's being chased down by a tree and a horse and a weird golem thing. Elk knocked up by Kael, and he will be knocked up by Daisy as well. The roots come on in. Daisy does, bringing down the kill and bringing it home for AL. Croc looking for the root onto Way, but won't be able to find it. They did manage to eventually get themselves a kill.
Oh, man. We just let him farm up. He should be destroying turrets like this. Bin is Mininar. He's going to die.
He gets 1 hop, but the stun comes on through in the end, and there's a root caller as well. Yeah. Ala grabs himself his first kill of the game.
One hop this time, slide to the left.
Yeah, but Shanks not letting him anywhere near, basically proxying between the towers. He's got Croco and he's got Kael down with him. And actually TP's mid to catch that wave.
What's happening topside as well? Because Ziggs is still here. Ult misses onto Ala, but Ala, he'd have to flash forward with an ult to get the wave play here. There are 5 grubs. There is a Ziggs. This is going to be an entire... I mean, this is just the Ziggs.
Honestly. And I think he's been so consistent across the split as well that he really, to me, is the reason that this team has been so consistently so good. But now pushed against the ropes, and it feels like BLG just on these macro decisions are just kind of taking over the map. Despite Knight getting caught out and getting chunked multiple times, he's only died once. He is behind because of how many kills Shanks has got, but BLG as a team are not behind. Ala forced to flash on the bottom side.
Ala is playing like the least voltage cannon that I've ever seen. He's got towards the Leandries, but he's never giving himself anything. That's a big set of ults.
Safety cannon goes in, but the lightning is not enough. On walks away, and Kael can't be so lucky. Gromp used as a way out there for Knight. And On might just pay for it as Hope tries to chase him down. There is no tower to run to. On needs to find an anchor. He's just ever so slightly too short. And in the meantime, Shanks has taken a tower midnight. Try to recall, won't get away with it. Ala finds him on the other side of the wall. All for a Grom. Champions at this point in the game. Unfortunately, though, Drake is pretty much already dead, so BLG will grab themselves the neutral pretty much as a freebie. However, AL want to give some kind of cost there by pressuring onto the mid-tier tier 2, sorry. It won't happen. Bin TP's in behind them, looking for that Gnar ulti. Hope caught by the depth charge. Ala uses the slicing Maelstrom just as a disengage tool.
Out of it, but for now, we're going to enjoy ourselves with the chains taken off.
Kael gets a 3-man ulti, but there's nothing following up. Knight gets the knock-up, the bomb comes in. Doesn't feel like either team has enough damage, or the shield comes through. Pikachu as opposed to the Raichu. But that won't stop him casting Thunder Wave and paralyzing the enemy.
Stuff like that, yeah. But is he that first Pokemon you joined at Stardew Journey, or is he in the level 88?
Yes, he is! The Thunderstone was used after all! They evolve and take down the Knight in Shining Armor. Or maybe they aren't not so shiny anymore. AL move to the Baron once again.
It's another ward that gets them killed. AL, they've used a lot of their engage tools now, though. What can BLG do as a response?
Kyle over the wall, gets 3. AL health bars are pretty low, and Bin slams into the wall. Kyle will fall. Ala will go as well, as a beautiful bomb comes through from Elk, and Croco caught on the bottom side. Wei will stop his escape. This is a huge moment for BLG to find their fight. Just as Baron is set up on the map, BLG, they stop messing around.
For BLG, the Baron's going to give him even more room to carry with that too. AL, they just gave over a Baron to a 5 grub. Night and day difference, you could say. Dragon started up now. AL, can they find themselves a better team fight than that last one? That will be the task. Bin getting up to Meganar, potentially teleporting back in.
Would be the third Drake for AL if they can find the Smite. Croco trying to stay in the area. He's got vision. Daisy is making sure of that. 2K on the Drake. We're just going to 50-50 this one as Croco steps back in and he gets the Smite. But unfortunately, a bomb on top of his head as well. And they just don't have the health bars to stick around in front of BLG here. It's one onto Kyle. Ala looking for the re-engage, and on goes down. Croco's so low on HP. Ala has to turn golden just to survive here, but I don't even know if that'll be enough. Knight dips in and out as Elk finds a bonus on the back of the fight.
Elk is getting ridiculous damage out of this 6. AL,
I think, if I'm not mistaken, Elk actually tried to time that for Ala's Zhonya's finishing. But did it slightly too early, and so it bounces through, and then it ends up landing on Croco, which is absolutely hilarious. A silly game from both teams. Remember, seeding is on the line here. BLG, we kind of wanted to see them looking clean today.
Teleport.
They looked clean in the first game. Ala wants to stop that being the case in the second. Elk is found. That's a huge shutdown for Ala. Hope has the damage to bring down the Sejuani as well. The stun comes on through to set it up, and Hope getting an extra injection of gold. AL's carries are very much online.
They're actually...
Killian Murphkale trying to finally engage as well.
No!
Okay, hook onto Hope. That's the combo from Knight as well. It's all looked terrible all game from BLG, and they just find it at the perfect moments, don't they? They did it for the Baron, and they're doing it again for Drake, but hang on. Croco's not done, and Shanks ain't done either. On with a bomb. Oh, but the ult doesn't knock it into the team. That's a double still for Shanks, and he gets the resets as Croco trying to find the route. Doesn't quite find his target, though. Shanks is so huge.
This comes down to a fight now. Shanks, he might have been a little bit late to start at this Dragon. Bin is back.
Bin on the flank. Shanks trying to escape. I think he wins the 1v1 though. His way dives in the mix as well. Shanks looking for Bin, but denied by Elk's bombs. Thrown backwards. Might be finished off, but still going strong. Elk finally finishes the kill as Ala tries to get onto the rat. But it goes 1-for-1. Croco's here with the smite. Bin is about to turn Mega though. This could be the opportunity if he has the hop available. Knight moves into the mix as well. Croco has to be denied. He's got the smite available. Bin trying to burst the Drake as Croco wants to move in. Bin is going to zone him as Knight tries to finish the Drake. Kyle moves in as well. Who gets it? It's Hope of all people. And that is a Mountain Soul. Hope over the wall, but the bomb's coming on through still. Redemption won't land.
Have the damage. AL, they might be forcing us to a third game off the back of this Yordle in the mid lane, but they've just given up a pick and river.
Great hook on Croco. And that's the jungler down for AL. BLG arrived in the nick of time. Flash over from Kyle to survive. It's 4v5 on the map right now, but BLG with jungle advantage should be able to move to the Baron, but Wei has overstepped for the red buff potentially. Maybe it's Kyle that's overstepped. I don't know what's going on anymore.
BLG might have just clutched out this play. Croco should never in a million years be stood up alone in that topside river with no damage behind you. I don't care if Kyle's there. He's not going to save you by damaging the enemy team. So Baron goes down despite AL having that Mountain Soul and having great positioning on the map after that last play. But he's not pulling the trigger right now. Maybe afraid that his team couldn't follow up.
He wants them to overcommit. He wants them to be really locked into the play, I think, but he's joined his team. BLG, in the meantime, though, while AL refused to make a decision on the flank, they lose their entire base. I mean, Ziggs works so well with the Baron buff. Like, the towers are gone in seconds.
He's got a death cap. Like, this dude is so strong. Defend the tower. They need to stop El getting within satchel range because it's insta-kill. That's why BLG were being pushed so hard in mid lane, because it was an instant kill range. Bin taking down that top lane slowly but surely.
Trying to get some pressure on the top side. He's pushing these waves as fast as he physically can. The Daisy, though, just being sort of 1v1'd here isn't ideal. Okay, does manage to despawn it, and Elder has spawned. Daisy is still a part of the play. Way has to make a miracle smite happen. He's just going to try and blast code in from the top side. Goes in sideways, but Buster shots it back out. AL get themselves Elder Dragon on BLG, try and end in the base. On and Way, disrupting recalls as fast as they physically can, but Elk is in the base as well. The Ziggs does so much, but Bin escapes. Knight having to escape as well, as Elk is going to try and TP, but the bomb is enough, and he goes down! Oh my lord! AL have actually done it, haven't they? AL have got an Elder, and they might just find game 3.
Do they have any minions? They're killing a wave in mid lane. It's 50 seconds on most of the wave clear from BLG. Put it through with no minion tower debuff. They're trying to get themselves at least an inhib. How much more can they get? I don't know if they can end.
They have so many shields to work with. It might just work. They've still got 30 seconds until carries come up. It'll be On and Way that spawn first, and the minion wave has nearly arrived. There are no TPs to keep the wave alive, but just Daisy alone is tanking for long enough. I think they might just do it right here. Forget Absolute Cinema. It's absolute shenanigans here as BLG are going to fall in game number 2, and AL make a miracle come true. Here, live on your screens. Daisy, the absolute MVP for AL. Although that bomb from Elk nearly flips it, it won't matter. The Nexus falls, and AL bring us to 3. They've got a lot of disengage for AL as well, right? With the Maokai plus the Sejuani, everyone always thinks of as an engage tool, but can be a fantastic disengage tool as well. To be honest, doesn't really feel like it's changed that much for me, really. I feel like they are still a very similar team to what they were before. Bin has just used his slice and dice as Croco walks into the lane. I mean, that is as easy as you like for AL. Ala getting first blood.
He does have flash. You can go through the wave and get the non-empowered stun. In fact, I think he might just do that. Way's looking forwards to it.
Maybe Croco the target instead. And Bin gonna zone him towards the tower. Gets the stun with the flash to make sure that Way can be a part of it.
Bin alone on top side for now. Way has started up those grubs. There was a chance for Croc to go in. Bin is level 6, doesn't get himself the mind game on that W for the camp strike.
Bin trading heavily. Ala sets it up beautifully. The stun is going to come on through, and that is a second for Ala already. However, here comes Knight to try and clean things up. Ala the target, but he gets underneath the tower. The burn, is it enough from Way? Not quite. And Crocker walks away too.
Ala not going to get hit by the swell seed either. And this piece being added to the puzzle of Anyone's Legend was a huge point between Spring and Summer. Tabe coming in and Ala coming in was so big to give them an extra Tarry potential.
Oh, look at the combo from the bot lane of BLG. Flash forward, but Hope still escapes. Kyle will not be so lucky. That's a kill for Elk on the Misfortune.
And Hope is in a game like this, when the Misfortune Rel is such a key part to your burst combo later, that is very important.
Good stuff from On, setting up for Elk's combo as well. I mean, the damage Misfortune does early on in the game, like you say, going for that Bloodthirster.
Aggressively like this too. Croco was looking into maybe see if he can get himself a smite steal. He didn't have visuals on the HP of the grubs. He looks in and says, I can't stay around for that. Immediately gets out just with that Q. But it would have been nice to deny one of these. BLG getting 6 grubs. That could be a bit of an issue. We'll see how effectively they can hit towers. So now the question is, BLG, you have the 6 grubs, makes your cross map so much easier. Cross mapping with 6 grubs is very, very easy because you kill towers so quickly, and it means...
Yeah, unlucky for On there. As once again, Bin has gone in as Croco arrives on the top side. His reads have not been good in this side lane. Oh, he nearly turned it around there onto Ala.
No, it's got to the point on Knight might blow his flash here. This could be a little dangerous. No, he hops over the wall and he'll get himself that skate 3 out of there. Ala is the one who is finally in a 1v2.
Okay, sleep comes through. No way out of that one. And Bin gets the kill. Crucial there, honestly, for BLG.
To like lock the enemy out of using their tools and counterpunch very, very well was so effective. But now stuff like this is happening where they're not really considering the globals, the movements on the map. Bin is going to die for this first turret, which he would have loved to get for free.
Maybe he can get under the towers and execute. I don't know, though. I think he's just going to try and clear the wave if he can. Gets the Q across as many minions as possible. Denies any counter push onto his own tier 1 as BLG. You mentioned the cross map. They get a tower in the mid lane. Knight caught by the ultimate, but on there, body blocking for his mid laner as Elk crashes a wave in the bot lane as well.
Yeah, Arla did with Crocker. Crocker's going to take up that Herald as we, again, watch the replay of that kill go down. BLG, they get themselves a huge map opening play now. How do they accelerate the game beyond this one? 15 minutes in, they have really big potential from Elk with that Bloodthirster. And of course, the still window of power for the Renekton happening for this early into mid game. This could be very powerful. In fact, actually, BLG, I'm wondering whether they'd even go towards a contest here. MF is here with the Bloodthirster.
Okay, doesn't steal away the Herald. Croco will get that, and Alet zips out of the top side. But speaking of zipping, Knight moving over on that Zeri wants a big lightning crash, and Croco will be the target. That's 300 gold into Knight's pocket. Flash from way, but either way, that Gromp is a mob boss, I'm telling you.
He's got some dirty secrets there. He's got some frog skeletons in the closet. As get now. Again, it's a really strange game state where it feels like these are not very structured plays all the time.
This roster first started out when Tabe joined. Feels like maybe will be by the end of the run as they find themselves a pick, but that's a bullet time over everybody. Kael put to sleep as well. They get over the walls. Croco and Ala might be able to get away, but Knight doesn't want that to happen. Ala the next target, but he leap strikes over to the minions. The slow is there, is the damage. The burn ticking away at Elk. Flashes to finish the job.
And they have the 6 grubs. That'll be another tower down. BLG, they have the tools this time to accelerate the game, and AL are just falling behind on the map. It's Tabe team versus Tabe team, and BLG just seem like they have the better pedigree for this game. They're slightly further ahead, and they're slightly quicker to pull that punch in. Letting that MF through to have that dominant bot lane has really changed things. Really feel like now, BLG, anytime AL misconnect, they don't connect with those carries, they're just going to immediately explode.
Croco is found on the wrong side of the play. It's a TP in from Ala. They're going to try and turn this into a 5v5. AL want to fight it somehow on, looking for the engages. The roots come on in. Bin on the top side of the play as well, but it's 4v5 for the time being. Here comes the Crocus Knight surviving on the bottom side of the play, and Bin gets his moment. Revenge for the camp on the top side from Croco. BLG get themselves a clean fight.
Can't carry from this position. Arla can't carry from this position. Croco and Hope, they're kind of out of this game as well. And AL, it's just not a close game.
As he dies there. But Knight manages to survive the play, and Bin using the Hex Gates to get himself onto the backline. Dominus going to be used as he tries to escape. Ala considering going in, but Bin has bought all the space he needed there using the Hex Gate. It's an 8,000 gold lead, and I'm telling you, having some happy games along the way.
BLG, of course, they're looking to get themselves ever higher and higher into this Ascension group, trying to fight for seeding and get as best they can. Honestly, they probably don't deserve the top seeds but the way that they've been playing disrespectfully this summer, but they still deserve to be recognized for their upper level of potential. You have the 2 item spikes on their 280 carries, and Arla isn't unstrong with 2 items. He's just way far behind on the map, and he's going to get 1v3'd.
Ala pops his Grandmaster's Might. I don't think it's going to make much of a difference here. Perhaps gets a chance to stun up onto Elk, but no, Bin moves in the way, protects his AD carrier. Now Ala gets flanked by Way as well. Stepped too far up in the lane, looks for Elk, and the cleanse comes through from Elk in the end, so at least a minor punish from Ala, but at the end of the day, he's still caught out.
And he's going to be dead for another 40 seconds. Oh god, that might even be inhib turret gone. 6 grubs. This is the problem. BLG, they've synced up their waves well.
They're pushing mid as well.
Ala's now going to be dead for another 30 seconds. Yeah, Shanks is pushing a side lane, but this is going to be a 6 grub push with multiple AD carries into multiple roles.
Is this going to be 2 inhibs?
This is going to be double inhibs because Ala dies here. And because he died so late, he can't respawn and then teleport in for a threatening play. Shanks will push for an inner turret, but it is just not worth it. Ala over pushes. Ala costs his team 2 inhibitors because AL just haven't wrangled the map well.
And that is just phenomenal from BLG. The punish, that's triple inhibs because the top tower was already opened up. My lord, 1 top laner death, and this team will take the entire map. Like, it is just brutal. I just wish that they did this consistently.
Items to just completely shred this. This is a free Hex Soul. AL realize if they contest this dragon, they lose the game. When you kill 3 inhibitors, 2 super minions spawn with each wave, and you can see that AL are trying their very best to try and keep these waves.
I'll contest one thing you said there, and that's that the Hex Soul was free. It was not free. It cost AL a lot of happiness when BLG took that one. 8k on the Baron. There is a ward in the pit, but realistically, what's Croco going to do about it unless he can make some kind of miracle steal happen? But he's put to sleep, and he's taken down the picks on top of the objective. I mean, this is a victory lap for BLG at this point. This is brutal.
BLG versus Anyone's Legend, the 2 Tabe teams of this era face off against each other, and one is quite clearly head and shoulders above the other. BLG are still best of 3 merchants, but they're still BLG at the end of the day, and Anyone's Legend, well, they're nobody's legend here in Game 3.
Certainly not. Bullet time comes down to finish off Shanks. On-even survives as the fountain dive goes through. Ala looks for one last hurrah, but the only hurrah he'll be hearing is the BLG fans in the audience as the Nexus will fall.
These were some of the best highlights from today's 2024 LPL Summer Split matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.